Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am at the thrift store right now. It's called St. Vincent de Paul something something Los Angeles something something thrift store. I actually find a lot of the furniture that I flip or put in my house here. I'm gonna do a thrift flip today. You guys really liked my last thrift store flip that I did, where I did some more jewelry pieces and a stool and a lot of the items I found here. If you haven't checked out that video, I'll link it down below so you guys can check it out, and let's see what we can find. So I really want to see if I can find some glass pieces to spray paint. And I know that sounds kind of weird right now, but I think it's going to work out. I'm redoing my kitchen right now, and I want some like new soap dispenser pumps, and just to make that look cuter, because sometimes when you buy them from the store, they're all different, and I think that could be a good thrift flip. And a lot of these are color white, and that's only $1.20 right now. Just saying, staying in budget. I'm trying, at least. I found these three for the kitchen. This shape would have greenery like coming out of it, maybe fake because it's not gonna get much sunlight. And then this one I would paint and kind of glue this part down for soap. And then this would be for like the sponges. Right? So I found this chair. It's a really pretty shape. Recovering it and then changing the wood color. It's $22, but it's 25%. It might be all my budget. If I have to buy materials, I might just be doing two. Look at this chandelier type thing. It would be so cool over an island, and it's 50% off. It would be $15. Oh, amazing.
Okay, so back home and a few days later, because I came down with like a cold, so if I sound a little different, that's why. First, we're gonna get started on flipping all of the glassware that we found. So I was at Target, and they have like a small section of Rust-Oleum spray paint in some of your more like core colors. So instead of making a trip to Lowe's, I actually just picked up Satin Espresso Rust-Oleum spray paint, and this is what we're going to be using to transform these glassware into usable containers for my kitchen. So the first thing we're gonna have to do to all of this glass is deep clean them and get all of the stickers off. So I'm gonna start by making a kind of bath of soapy warm water. We're gonna let them soak, and then we're gonna clean them really well with just soap and water. And then we're gonna wipe them down with alcohol, because I read that it really helps to get off all of the grime and residue, even what you can't see, and really sterilize them really well. Look at all that gross that I couldn't even see. So this dispenser had a lot of rust on the rim, and the alcohol is just like stripping all of that off, so we're getting it really clean. I just brought the glass pieces outside, and we're ready to spray paint them with the spray paint we picked up at Target. Simple flip, if they turn out well. We're not painting the inside, so I'm flipping them over. What I really liked about each of these glass pieces is that they were all not smooth. They had like a ridge here or there, or they had some kind of detailing. So I liked that it would give it kind of like some dimension when they were all painted one color. Okay, so our glassware is all done drying, and I have a confession to make. I didn't end up liking the first color that I picked up from Target. That was Satin Espresso. It looked more farmhouse style. Not that it was a bad color, it was just too evident that it was like brown, and I wanted it more of like a dark, almost black brown. I went back to Target and got Satin Dark Walnut, and you can kind of see, can you see the difference in the two colors? So this guy is actually gonna be our dish soap dispenser, and it's gonna hold our dish soap so that I don't have any weird colors in my kitchen. So we need to reassemble it with these guys. It had this stuff with it at the thrift store, but it actually wasn't fitting there. So I don't know if maybe it was for something else, or maybe this was once glued on top. So I figured I could just fix it with some glue. So that's what we're gonna do, but I don't know if this was actually for this. I'm just gonna take some E6000 glue and a small little paintbrush, and I'm just gonna glue that little end piece, that screw piece, onto the jar. So just put a little E6000 on a brush. I'm gonna put it directly onto the rim, kind of globbing it on there. And then we're gonna rest this piece right on top. and just let it dry. I thought another cute detail that you can add to all of these things is actually writing what it is. Either that's in like one of those old school label makers where they kind of make the impressions, or even painting what it is on the outside. So for this one, I have some of this greenery that I had from IKEA, and this is called the Semeka. I don't know if I'm saying that right, I'm probably not. This is actually a perfect color for my new kitchen because I'm gonna be having this kind of like rust with this tealy green color in it. I thought it would be really pretty to put some of these in this container so that it adds some greenery for around my sink. So I'm just gonna take some wire cutters and just style the greenery into the container. Now that the glue is all dry on our little soap dispenser, I'm gonna pour my dish soap. And then this little glass, I love that you can see the ridges of the glass and it's shiny on the inside but matte on the outside. I thought that was so pretty. So these I'm just gonna use for kind of sponge holders. These are all done. Okay, so now we're gonna get started on our chair. This guy, I think it's a great shape. I don't like the fabric and I don't like the color of the wood. The color of the wood isn't bad, but I would like it to be more of an ashy wood, not a yellow wood. So I've been doing a lot of research on how to get your thrifted cushioned items, like if you buy a couch or like this chair, how to get them really clean, how to take out all of the bacteria and germs and odors if there are any. This chair is actually in really good shape and there isn't really any weird odor coming from it. If I'm gonna style this into a room in my house, I wanna make sure that it's clean. First things first, we've got to get all the red fabric off of the chair. Okay, wow, that took me not as long as I thought it was going to. Well, actually, I thought it was gonna take me like 10 minutes just to rip off the fabric. It took me more like 30 minutes. You can also just redo the stuffing, but I'm gonna save the money on this thrift flip and actually just reuse it and clean it. So the first tip is to move it into direct sunlight for a few hours because the UV rays will kill some of the bacteria. Step 2 is to use baking soda and sprinkle the baking soda into the cushion with a scrubber, and then after it's been on there for a few minutes, even longer if you want to leave it, and then vacuum it out of the cushion, and then I may even go back over it with some Febreze. So I don't love the color of the wood on the legs, so I'm gonna see what it looks like when I start to kind of sandpaper it off. And you guys know I love using this special walnut wood stain. Such a big change already with just stripping off that other color stain that was on there. So I just use a paper towel and dip it into the stain, and then just wipe it onto the wood. Okay, so they're all stained. So I'm gonna leave the chair outside so the stain can dry really well. And then I'm gonna go back over it with just a polyurethane sealant. We're gonna head into the fabric store. Okay, so I'm in Joann's and I don't have a lot to pick from. I'm kind of looking at all of the red tag home decor fabrics because they're pretty cheap. Here's what I found so far. So this is like a chocolatey brown color, but I think it's gonna be a little too dark. And I found this one that's like a really pretty taupey color, but all of the little holes kind of freak me out. This guy that has like some black in it, which I think would be really pretty, kind of leaning towards this color. And in here it looks a little weird, but it's more of a peachy striped velvet. So I have my very gorgeous sketch here to figure out how much I need, and I think I'm gonna need 3 yards.
Okay, so we're back. Kinsley, are you gonna help me cover the chair? Okay, go over there. In my house, it looks more golden than it did in Joann's. It had a lot more peach in it. I thought it would be so pretty with the color that we stained the wood. Just in case, I also got that other fabric, the one that kind of had like a charcoaly kind of print to it, just to see what it would look like. I actually think that this would make a really pretty chair too. It's more patterned. This one's more textured. Not really my style. So we're definitely gonna go with this one, and we're ready to recover. Let me figure that out real quick and I'll get right back to you. Okay, so to recover, you're gonna need your fabric, staple gun, and your scissors. So the object here is just to make sure that I have those kind of abstract lines in the velvet going exactly straight. So I just laid the cushion that I'm actually covering right now just on top of the entire piece of fabric. So now I'm just gonna trim some of the excess off. So, ow! So now I'm gonna turn it over and make sure that I'm getting the lines right in the center. I think that's good. So we're gonna take our staple gun and I'm gonna tack down one side and then flip it over and tack down the center on the opposite side so that I can keep the fabric exactly straight so that it doesn't shift and get off center later. And you're just gonna staple gun it all the way around. So when you get to one of the corners, you're gonna wanna pull the point of the fabric up to the center and staple that down first. And then I'm gonna bring in the sides next. So now that all of our staples are in and it's all tacked down, we're just gonna cut off some of the fabric in here that we just don't need, just to clean it up a little bit. And you can always go back over the bottom. I'm probably gonna do that too with just like a piece of black canvas or scrap piece of fabric that you have in your house, just so that you don't see any of this on the inside. And voila, we have our new cushion. It looks good. It's not playtime. What is it? Go get it. Go get it. We're gonna try and do this without sewing anything. So I laid out my fabric going the same direction. Set this down right on top. We're gonna be putting it face down. So this is actually the front of the chair. So we're gonna work on bringing the sides in first to keep the pattern straight. So I'm just gonna staple all the way down. So I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. I need to create a slit in the fabric to go around the chair leg. I'm just gonna cut up to about 2 inches, I guess. And I'm gonna staple it down. Now I got all of this kind of covered and secured. Pretty much thinking of this entire situation as wrapping a Christmas present. I'm literally just like folding until it looks pretty on the outside. I think that's the best advice I can give at this point. So now that we have this all put down, I'm gonna fold this over the back. And we're gonna tuck in the sides, kind of like an envelope, and then staple it along the back. I really don't like the way the staple looks. So I'm actually gonna head to Lowe's and actually get some tacks or some brads that you can hammer into things. They look kind of like nail heads, like bigger nail heads. Okay, we got tacks. Let's see what they're called. Furniture nails. I got 3 packs because I didn't know how many I was gonna need. And they look like this. Once you have all of your fabric laid down perfectly straight, you're just gonna hammer in all of your brads along the edge and make it look pretty and tacked down. That looks so much better than just using the staple gun. I only used 17. So I only needed 1 pack. So now we just need to reassemble the chair, and that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed these thrift flips on a budget, really. I'll add everything up and I'll tell you how much I spent total here. And if you guys liked these thrift flips, definitely give this video a thumbs up. I'm so sorry that I've been so sick throughout this like week that I've been filming this video, but hopefully I'll be better next week. Like I said before, I am completely redoing my kitchen, which I'm standing in right now. It is my final room in my house that I haven't made over yet. So if you aren't already subscribed, definitely hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell below, and I will see you guys next Sunday. Bye guys. He's like, it's not playtime. I'm gonna have to put you in your bed for a little bit. Come on, let's go. Come on.